I am standing here in front of this 2 million Japanese yen home in the beautiful Hollywood Hills that I am in, and you might be asking yourself, why the absurd price tag for this home? Well, although this may appear as a tiny house enthusiast dream home, it boasts a surprising 1,040 square inch interior and some of the most high-tech anemones and popular styling choices of any house in its class. But hey, as they say, the proof is in it, and so let's start the tour by giving you an overview of the exterior of this house. Starting at the front door of this home, an entryway that many folks perhaps only can dream of having maybe in another life where they are maybe not so poor and so sad. And I just must say I love the open, welcoming design of this place. You get this massive PVC pillar with this round, hand-molded trim, and it just gives this nice vibe like, hey, you can look inside my house. I like it when I'm okay with when strangers look at me in my house, and that's fine. It's a very opening, welcoming atmosphere, and I quite like that. A very personal, inviting design. And you even have all of the modern anemones as well. You come to this front door mail slot. So this is where the mailman will put the mail in the mail slot. And there's a little hole back here that would hold the mail for you. So this is good for maybe if the mail guy doesn't want to reach inside your house. Maybe he feels uncomfortable with that. Maybe you are worried he might grab your leg while you are shower or something. And so I can appreciate that. I like the sort of modern, inviting design for the mailman. And moving up the pillar, we have this state-of-the-art battery-powered AAA doorbell. So maybe if you're not paying that much attention, you're doing the dishes, you're in this other room, and you have a guest at the door, they can warn you that they're here with this calming electronic sound. Sadly, you cannot.
I hate to be a bother, but I really gotta go and take a dump like right now.
That takes me to the next part here. We have this beautiful chasm in the front of the house, and it is sort of this open pocket where you can maybe sit, and let's say maybe you need to make a stinky, maybe you need to make a poopy, you can do it right here, very comfortable. If it's been sitting in the sun, it will be very warm, soft, and inviting. Shut up. Moving on to the next part, we have this lantern up this PVC pole. This is good for illuminating your entryway so that you don't need to worry about people bumping into the door, dying on the way in. Saves a lot of lives, saves a lot of money in insurance. And speaking of, let's finally step into this house and get a good look at what real comfortable living looks like. Coming over to this side of the house, we have the family window. This house has one family window, very nice. You can open it, you can look through the shades, the shutters, maybe shut them back up if you don't want them to be open. And it's just maybe a nice place to relax or sit down, maybe enjoy some quality time with the family in front of the family window. Now, I never had a very good relationship with my own family. You know, they worked a lot, my parents anyway, and you know, I understand that. I don't have anything against them for doing that. That was what we had to do. But, you know, I looked at all my friends and their families, and they always seemed so much more happy, and they always had bigger houses, bigger open doorways with family windows. We never had that. And so I thought, you know, being a kid, I thought, well, maybe it is because they have bigger house, bigger family window, perhaps is why they're closer, and just sort of a fantasy I always had as a kid. I thought, well, if we get there someday, I mean, maybe the parents would have more time, maybe they won't, but it was sort of a dream, a childhood dream of mine anyway.
Seriously, I need to go now. Like, I'm not even joking. Can I use the front toilet thing?
My cameraman, Marky, is taking a dump in the house hole, so I will continue the tour around the side here. I know that money does not buy you happiness, or a nice home can't solve your problems, but I always had a little bit of hope that maybe the idea of living pretty could alleviate some of the stress associated with running a family, having a household, because you're not very close as a family. You have a nice house, you come back to the house, it's like, why do we have to go out and work? We can sit at the house and enjoy each other, and that's something I've always held on to. I know it might be a little bit silly, I don't know, but it could help. You just never really know. Alright, so back inside the house now, I want to draw your attention to this living room area, and we have this beautiful fireplace, very warm, cozy. It's made of 100% PVC and sticky paper. It's got this stone brick design going all the way up the pillar, very classically styled, and this is a nice place for you to maybe just warm your tootsies, just sort of relax a little bit. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are asking yourself, Peter, why are you on the floor? And that is because I wanted to show it to you, because it is a beautiful floor. It's got this wonderful wood grain design. It is 100% PVC hand molded, and it is also, fun fact, 100% waterproof. You could fill this whole floor with water. Maybe if you are a bit hungry, you could fill it with cereal or milk and slop around, maybe wiggle a little bit. Very good for that too. I want to lead your attention now over to this right here. I want to show you the one piece of furniture in this house that is, some of you will know that as a reference to my favorite anime, Naruto. Marky, can you hold this right? All right, so this is the one seating area in the whole house. This is a built-in, handcrafted 100% PVC stool. It has a nice cushion on the top, very comfortable, and this wood grain style, imitation wood. And let me just say, if I can take a sit on it really quick, that this is, I must say that this is very much for you to be sitting on. I mean, truly, I've never sat on anything like this before. Truly, one of the only times I felt like this sitting on a stool in my life, and what is great about this too is you have perfect access to the home's kitchen sink. Let that sink in. That is a joke, but we do, have a sink here. Yes, we are in the kitchen, and this is a 100% hand-molded countertop here with sink, and you can set things here. You even look at it, and the sink itself, as you can see, has this beautiful stainless steel faucet, or imitation stainless steel faucet with a little drain hole, so you can even put in water if your parents, if you are so lucky, they give you a glass of water, you can pour in the sink, pour it down the drain, pretend you're washing some dishes, maybe even wash some real dishes if you are so lucky to have those. Luck, I say, I complain about my childhood sometimes in my parents, but if I had a playhouse like this as a kid, I think they would have given me a glass of water, maybe a shot glass, maybe small glass, something to play with. We did have playhouses as a kid. We used to play, me and Marky, in the cardboard boxes. Kids who were lucky to have this playhouse, we would take the boxes they would throw out and walk around inside them, pretend they were a house, and he would hold the fake camera, and I would pretend I was giving a big house tour, like, hey, look at the YouTube, get the view and stuff. So that was a very nice time. That was before the big accident, cardboard's very flammable, and it's a shame Marky did not make it out alive, but sometimes I still hear his whispers from behind the camera. Now, coming back out to the outside of the house, a lot of you might be asking, Peter, why are you outside the house again? Very astute observation of you. One benefit of this house, having this open design, is that the kitchen extends to the exterior. So you have this nice grill with this plastic grate, and this being an off-grid home with no electricity, no natural gas or anything of the sort, you can still cook meat on this grill because you think about it. it is a pretend house. So you can pretend that the meat is cooked, you can eat it. If you get salmonella poisoning, you can simply stop pretending and pretending that you have salmonella poisoning, and it will go away. You can go back to the real world and you will be just fine. Now, I don't like to do that myself. That could be bad for me because Marky only exists in my fictional world. I don't want to go back to the real one, but if you don't have an unhealthy emotional attachment or any issues of the sort, then they will work just fine for you in this, for the meat, for the cooking and all that stuff. All right, coming back to the interior. Now, some of you guys might be asking, Peter, where's the storage in this house? Where would you put things if you owned it? And every single time I come back from a montage, you guys ask very stupid questions. I'm really starting to hate you. I'm getting sick of it. But yes, there is one storage area here. This is the home's mini pantry. As you can see, you can store plenty of things here, maybe some candy or a walnut, maybe just some rocks you find outside or whatever else you might feel like eating. You also get this early 2000s telephone that works very well if you use phones for maybe itching your back or throwing at annoying people. It will work great for you. Now, this might seem like all this property has to offer, but there is one more big surprise I have for you guys. I've shown you guys the inside and the outside, but what if I told you that there was one more secret in store about this house I'm going to show you right now? That's right, guys, there is a second story to this house, and let me tell you,
Hello guys and welcome to this $180,000 ambulance. Now this ambulance has all of the highest tech medical technology and amenities that you could ask for. And for the low cost of only about $500 and maybe a life-threatening injury, you too can take a ride in this beautiful unit. So we're going to show you around today. Starting with the stretcher itself, as you can see here, I have broken my leg and may die.
Hey guys, I am here at the beautiful gates of heaven in the wonderful realm of heaven itself, and what is great about this place is we now have Marky behind the camera again. Say hello, Marky.
Hey guys, it's good to be back.
That is great. That is very nice. So what's great about this place is you can see it yourself for the low cost of dying in favor with the Lord. Now, I cannot advise you die, but I can advise you be a good person. I have to sit it for monetization. So this video is also sponsored by Purgatory.